with the 405, and here at the show, Citroën launched the BX 4x4 with exactly the same permanent four-wheel drive system as the Peugeot 405. But just as the BX 4x4 production line gets started up, so another Citroën production line is closing down, at least in France, that of the ageless 2CV. They will go on making the car in Portugal. Regarded as chic, of course, the 2CV all over the world, except apparently in France, where it's long been regarded as an old tin can and something of a rattle bucket. Becky Adam looks back over its 40 years of history.
Although the French don't really like the 2CV anymore, British enthusiasm for the car is stronger than ever. Hundreds of cars and owners descended on a field in Kent to celebrate its 40th birthday. There was a birthday cake and the sort of party games not usually found at more sober one-mate gatherings. The origins of the 2CV go back to the 30s. Pierre Boulanger wanted to design a car to mobilise rural France. His sophisticated prototype used expensive materials like aluminium for the chassis and magnesium for parts of the suspension. The seats were suspended from the ceiling, and the tiny engine was water-cooled, unlike that used in the production cars. In other ways, the car sticks to Boulanger's famous brief, an umbrella on wheels for 4 people who could carry their basket of eggs over a ploughed field without mishap. The war stopped development, and the final production car wasn't revealed until the '48 Paris show. This is one of the earliest original 375cc 9-horsepower cars in Britain.
It's a very simple instrument panel. It's virtually the same as it would have been in 1948. This is in fact a 1952 model. This is the speedometer on the top left. As you can see, it's very simple. It has a top speed, or theoretical top speed on this, of 100 kilometers per hour. In fact, the real top speed in miles per hour is 38 miles per hour.
The dash comprises battery meter, choke and starter. The wipers work off the speedo cable with a knob for manual operation when you've stopped.
When you're in this, you're stepping back 30 years, and you're immediately stepping back into another culture, and you cannot now drive it safely on the roads in the farms in another country. It's all right on the normal roads, particularly motorways and approach roads to motorways. It is exceedingly dangerous to drive a car which looks as strange as this one and actually doesn't have acceleration or top speed, which is in any way compatible with modern cars or even modern 2CVs.
The 2CV has spawned some unusual derivatives. The Ami was the bestseller in France for years. There was a 4-wheel drive model with an extra engine in the back. The Bijou was a fiberglass-bodied creation for the British market of the 50s. And the Mahari was a special utility vehicle for French farmers. And there are even backwards 2CVs. In the 70s, even racing 2CVs became popular. 2CV Cross was one of the safest and slowest forms of motorsport. So how well has the 2CV survived? It's almost lost the utility label to become chic and trendy. Inside, and 40 years on, things haven't changed much, even in the upmarket dolly. Most noticeably, the gear sticks still of the old umbrella handle variety. On the plus side, ventilation's good and there's tons of headroom. But the door handles are still fiddly, the windows still open the wrong way, and if you're not careful, the indicator stalk falls off in your hand. As for the dashboard and carpets, well, there aren't any. The engine has grown to 600cc, with enough power to break the 70 limit. Just. The seats are better trimmed, but they still come out for picnics, or for carrying heavy loads. And the 2CV is still much better at driving over the fields than any other small car. Its ride, like the road holding, is fantastic, in spite of the skinny tyres. But there's deafening noise and the need for constant tactics to keep up with the motorway traffic.